Well, it is another absolutely dreary day out. It's week before Christmas, and it seems like it's been this way now for probably the past week. It's just been very, very little sun, a whole lot of clouds, and cold and nasty. It's actually starting to snow a little bit here, but unfortunately it's fixing to get a lot worse here by the end of the week. So to give you a little idea what we're dealing with, it looks like Thursday's 100% chance of snow with the high around the freezing mark. Thursday night's supposed to drop to -6. Friday's supposed to be 4. -3 Friday night, then getting up to 12 on Saturday, and looks like 25 on Christmas Day. So our trailer is a Four Seasons trailer, so I'm not completely concerned. We didn't get skirting under it. We thought about it. We figured we're going to give it a shot this winter, so we'll see how that goes. This is going to be the stretch that I'm sure is going to test that theory. The thing that the trailer can't account for is the water coming in and going out. So I'll show you a little bit of what we have done to try to keep that from becoming an issue. So to start at the beginning, this is our pump house. It does have a space here on the inside that is run from that plug down and around to a GFCI outlet, so we should be good there. We've got this little thermometer here on the side, so we can always come out and check to make sure it is sitting at a good temperature. So I'm pretty confident that we've got this covered. So right here next to the pump house is the hydrant. Hey, we've got a regulator on here, we've got a heated hose, and we've got heat tape around the hydrant itself. So we should be good from here over to the trailer. So over on this side is where things get slightly more interesting. We've got a water filtration system and our water softener that both sit outside. So we have heat tape around both of those. The heated hose comes into the water filter with the hose with heat tape going to the water softener, and then another heated hose comes out of the water softener and up and into the trailer. So that covers everything as far as water going into the trailer. As far as stuff coming out of the trailer, that's a very simple explanation. We just don't open the valves unless we need to. That way we don't have to worry about anything freezing in the system all the way from the trailer to the septic. There's only water in there when we pull the valves, and the tanks are in a heated space underneath the trailer, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. So I think the only thing that I didn't mention was keeping ourselves warm, and we have purchased another 30-pound propane tank, so we now have 3, and I made sure as of this weekend we were pretty much full on all 3. So I believe that should easily get us through a couple of weeks. So we'll see how that goes, but for the most part now it's just a waiting game to see what the weather brings and see how this all works out. All right, well, it's Wednesday, and it's kind of the calm before the storm right now, I guess. It's not bad right now. It's 38 degrees out. However, I keep seeing news articles like this that's once in a generation winter storm will impact nearly every state and cripple Christmas travel, and yada yada. I'm sitting here debating on taking these propane tanks, the one that's half full, and then one of these barbecue ones, and run them to town and top them off. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need it, but yeah, I know that. I think I might take that gas can and get some more gas to put for the generator in case we need it. Alright, well, I probably ought to get on all that because it's 2:30 and it gets dark at 3 anymore, it seems like. All right, well, I think we've about got everything done that needs to be done in preparation. Like I said, hopefully most of this stuff is overkill, but I feel better having it done. So we're sitting on probably 30, I think, gallons of propane. There's plenty of gas for the generator. Getting ready to go in and make sure the jackeries are charged up. I think we're gonna be fine. It is still in the mid 30s here. It's not bad. The news just said that western Nebraska is in the negatives already though, so it is definitely headed this way and should be here overnight. So I do believe though that we will be ready. Plug the truck in. So yeah, I can't think of anything else that we could do. So I do believe, fingers crossed, I think we're gonna be fine, but we'll see how it goes. Well, the weather started moving in this morning. It's now about 15 outside. It's about 25 or a little bit more when I woke up a couple hours ago. So it's definitely been dropping, wind's blowing, but not too bad yet. It's supposed to keep dropping through the day, so we'll see how it goes. All right, well, about the time that I think all is well, we got a problem. So I'm headed out to figure this one out. So I'm guessing the issue right now has to either be the water softener or the filters. So I'm guessing the best bet is remove those and see where we go from there. All right, so that wasn't it. So gotta figure this out. All right, so for the time being, the water filter and softener is in the shower. So we'll let that thaw out and then I'll deal with that from in here. Next thing I'm gonna try is hook up that hose and fill up our freshwater tank, which I probably should have done to begin with. Didn't even think about it. And we've got a tank heater there. We can run off that. So just assuming that I can still get water out of the hydrant, which hopefully I should, we can go with that. But first, we gotta let my fingers warm up a little bit before I go back out there. so here's where I'm at. I've got the cover off the grill over the hydrant because I'm pretty sure the hydrant's frozen, which that's the whole problem. And I've got our heater, our space heater, inside that little tent. Hopefully that will work enough to thaw out that hydrant just enough so I can hook the hose up and fill our freshwater tank, and then we'll be good. Fingers crossed that this works, because if it doesn't, I don't know what the next solution would be. Thank God that worked. Of course, the hose that was across the yard was frozen, so it didn't work, so I had to grab one of these heated hoses, and it's working. So I'm gonna get that done, put away everything that I got, put the cover back on the grill, do all that kind of stuff, put these hoses away, and we're just gonna run off this water, and I'm going to put the breaker on the pump for the well, drain the water out of it, so we don't have to mess with that anymore, and we can deal with all of it once it warms up next week. All right, so we've got water again, so it'll work. I don't know, we'll have to reevaluate everything when it gets warmer, but we're good for now at least. All right, well, it seems like if it's not one thing, it's another this morning. Looked through the kitchen a while ago, and there's a big water puddle in the kitchen, and so tore into that, found out that there was a water line going up to the kitchen sink that was leaking, completely unrelated to the cold. So don't know how that happened. So anyway, tighten that up. It seems to be going all right for now. Now, little update on the weather. Right now it is, our outside thermometer is saying 7, Alexa's saying 1, and with wind chill, who knows, it is blowing and awful chilly outside. On the plus side though, just check the propane, and the one tank's still full. The other tank is about 70%, even with the heater running quite a bit. So pretty good there. Oh, good morning. It is now Friday morning, and it has climbed right around 0 right now, so it's getting warmer. Yay. But anyhow, last night before we went to bed, figured out that the sink and shower in the bathroom froze up, so they're still frozen. We're kind of dealing with that. We've opened everything up down below to try to alleviate that a little bit. What else? Woke up, well, yesterday we noticed too, our fridge, the absorption fridge, was not cooling as well as it should. So I think we've hit the limits of the cold weather kit on that. Also pushing us a little bit quicker to get the 12-volt fridge. And what else? Oh, and our propane tanks. The one that we were using yesterday, tried to switch over this morning at about 30%. Well, then I realized really quick that it wasn't heating well. I went outside, and the tank that I put on a couple days ago, and it probably shows it in the video, I forgot to hook up. So wasn't hooked up, wasn't turned on, so quickly hooked that up. However, the issue we're having with those is it's too cold and the tanks are freezing. So with all that stuff, I'm headed to town, try to figure out a way to heat up the back of the fridge so we can get it working, and a way to heat up the propane tanks so they're working better. So we'll see what I come up with. All right, well, I spent most of the day today running around trying to find a solution to our most recent problems. I think I've got things taken care of, so we will see as the night progresses and overnight to make sure everything works right. So first off, right here, there's actually a electric blanket underneath that. So hopefully that will take care of the problem with the tanks freezing up. I will continue to check that overnight just to make sure it's not getting too hot or anything, but I think that will serve that purpose. Over here, so for the fridge issue, I've got a tarp right there, and there is a heat lamp inside there. So I've left enough ventilation above and below, and this tarp's not getting hot itself, it's just warm inside. So I think that should take care of that. So hopefully, with any luck. So anyhow, to be honest with you, all this last couple of days has been a little bit exhausting. So my plan is go inside, relax for a little bit. Like I said, check on this stuff every once in a while, make sure it's not getting too hot, make sure everything looks good. But I think we're pretty good for right now. So we'll see how the night progresses and check back in the morning. Good morning. It's a balmy, I think 7 or 8 this morning, but better than what it has been. I do believe all of our fixes worked last night. The fridge was working, propane didn't have any issues, so everything was good, which was wonderful. Today is Christmas Eve, so we're headed out for a little bit today. So I do need to swap out one of these propane tanks. Right now I think we're like 70% on the one, so I don't think we'll go through it, but just in case, because the other one's about empty. So I'll get that done and we'll head out. But like I said, it's today's supposed to get up, I think today's supposed to be in the teens, tomorrow's supposed to be in the 20s. So we're starting to come out of it. I think we've got pretty much everything figured out at the moment, so we'll see. All right, well, it is Monday, December 26th now, and this morning our water finally came back on in the bathroom, which was great. I was able to take a shower and feel somewhat human again. And it's kind of nice to get that little bit of normalcy back. It's still only about 25 degrees outside, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, so that's definitely a plus. And with all that being said, I think we're probably going to end this video right here. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.